Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel on another frigid day. It is currently 21 degrees outside. We're expecting more snow today. You might even get to see some of that on video. You never know. But like we've said, the winter weather is not going to stop us from firing up the smoker and making some delicious food. And today is no different because we're making smoked Wagyu short ribs. We're going to smoke these short ribs today on my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart, and we're going to, about a few hours in, and we're going to kind of wrap it up, cover it up, braise it for a little while until that meat is just absolutely perfect. I can't wait to make this, and there's no better time to start than right now. All right, so what you are looking at here is kind of a hunk of short ribs. So these short ribs are boneless, and like I mentioned, they're Wagyu, so you can kind of see from that detailed marbling there just how nice. And like, look right here, you can just see how beautiful that marbling is in there. Let's look at the other side here. Now you can see that there is quite a bit of fat. I'm gonna remove a decent portion of that fat. I wanna leave some of it on, obviously, because this is gonna cook for quite a while, but there's parts of this that aren't gonna render out. So like if you look right here, you'll see there's this like silver skin. That's not gonna render, so I'm just gonna take that off. It's not really gonna add any sort of benefit to the meat. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim this up just a little bit. All right, after a decent amount of trimming, here is what I'm left with. So I've got quite a bit of fat here that I trimmed off of this, mainly from this side. Now on the other side, you can see that I left some of the fat on, a pretty significant amount, because that's gonna sort of act as a little bit of a barrier when it's in there in the smoker. So kind of like a brisket, it's gonna protect the integrity of that meat. So I'm actually going to smoke this fat cap down today. So this part is gonna be facing the grill grates. Now for seasoning, like any beef, we don't wanna overdo it. And so I do need a binder to apply to this so that my seasoning will stick. And for that, I'm just gonna use a little bit of olive oil. A little bit on this side. Not much, it's not gonna take a lot. Just kind of rub that in, flip it over. And a little more on this side. Okay, and we're going super simple on the seasoning today. I would recommend just salt, pepper, and garlic, or if you have it, Kinder's The Blend seasoning, which is, ironically, salt, pepper, and garlic. It's the perfect seasoning for this delicious beef, and since we're gonna be low and slow cooking for several hours, be generous with the amount that you put on there. Ah, I love the smell of the blend. I've used this on so many different cuts of meat. And I like it because the garlic and the pepper is really coarse. It's not like super fine like garlic powder. Although there is some of that in there. All right, let's flip it over. And more of the blend. Now, over time, this is gonna start to develop a little bit of a bark to it, which is kind of what we want. And since this Wagyu has a higher fat content, just because of that extensive marbling, that's mostly all gonna melt for some just melt in your mouth short ribs. I'll just get the sides here using my excess from my cutting board. No side left behind. All right, there we have it. We're ready for the smoker. So we got a seasoning of salt, pepper, garlic, and a little bit of smoke. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the Pit Boss, and I'm not gonna show you that process right now because I'm literally just gonna open it and put it on. But I wanna tell you that today I'm smoking using the Pit Boss Competition Blend pellets, and I'm smoking at 250 degrees. I'm gonna put this on just like it is, and then after about 2 or 3 hours, I'll come back, we'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll take our next step with these delicious short ribs. All right, so it's been a couple of hours. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh wow, look at that. It looks really nice. It's taken on a good bit of smoke. You can tell from the color there. Still feels nice and tender. To go ahead and temp check it, we're looking for about 165 or so. Let's see. 162, 3. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and we're gonna do our next step. Oh man, all right, I wish that you guys at home could smell this. It smells incredible. But We're kind of done with forming the outer layer here, and the next step is going to be to braise this. So I'm going to use kind of a 4-part braising liquid. So we're going to start with 1 cup of beef broth, just like that, followed by 1 cup of dry red wine, in this case Pinot Noir. And we're going to add about another tablespoon of the blend. Add that right to the liquid there. And then finally, 2 tablespoons of butter. Ooh, the smell. Man, this is gonna be great. All right, I'm gonna cover it with foil. Nice and tight. All right, this is gonna go back on the smoker, same temperature, for about another hour or so. Throughout that time, I'm gonna come out and just sort of like probe it with the temperature probe to see, not necessarily the temperature, although that is important, but to see the texture. I want that temperature probe to go in and out just like butter. I am gonna be looking for an internal temp of about 203 degrees, but that's secondary to the texture. All right, this is going back on, and I'll see you when it's done. All right, I just checked, and my internal temperature is exactly 203 degrees, which is where we want it. But as much as I want to open this up right now, I gotta let it rest. I'm gonna let it rest for about 15 or 20 minutes, just let it settle down, reabsorb the juices, and then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna slice it. So 15 minutes for me is gonna be really quick for you. All right, it's been about 20 minutes, and now is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Let's take a look. Oh man, look at that. Whew, it smells so good. Oh man, it's just like so tender. You can just tell by touching it. Let's get it out of here and see how we did. All right, there we go. So I'm saving my braising liquid because we're gonna do one more little thing with that. All right, that looks so good. You can kind of see the jiggle of it. That's how you know it's nice and tender. All right, let's see how it looks. There you go. Oh man. Can I just show you this? Oh, look at that. Look how amazing that looks. That beautiful smoke ring, so juicy. Oh. Now you can slice it whatever thickness you want, but I kind of like this to be a little thicker, almost like an actual, rib that's on a bone. Wow, look at that. Oh, the juice. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Wagyu. All right, now comes the fun part. I'm gonna put this all back into my braising liquid. And now I'm coming in with a plate of some delicious mashed potatoes, followed by this insane smelling Wagyu short rib. Just like that. And right here at the end, just a little bit more of that braising liquid. And for a little bit of color, a little parsley. And there you have it. Man, is that gorgeous. And oh my gosh, the smell. It's got that beautiful, nice color that comes from that braising liquid with the wine and the broth. Oh man, cannot wait. All right, it's time to dig in. Cannot wait to try this. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of this short rib. Oh man, the knife just right through, just like butter. All right, and here we go. Oh, oh, oh my God. Oh my gosh, holy smokes. Holy smokes. I mean, it just like fell apart in my mouth. Oh. Listen to me. Make this. You gotta make it. You gotta do it. Gosh, it's so good. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Listen, we're gonna have to invent a new word for how tender this is. This is like so tender, and it just melts, falls apart right in your mouth. Well, hey, listen, don't let the cold weather stop you from cooking outdoors. We did this outside today on my pit boss in the snow, and it turned out fantastic. But all that to say, It's cold out here, so I'm ready to get inside and finish this plate, maybe eat a little bit more. But thank you once again for tuning into the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. If you like this video, please make sure that you click that thumbs up and give us a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Click the little notification bell so that you're the first to know as soon as we post new content here on the channel. And if you like what you saw today, check out one of these other incredible things that we've made here recently on the channel, all outdoors, all on the smoker, and I'll see you next time.